decided, guys, it's one of America's most progressive, innovative cities. So let's talk about 10 things that if you visit Indianapolis, 10 things you can only do in Indianapolis. Guys, this is a city that thinks differently. They've got high wires, just like in the circus, high wires leading from every neighborhood to the center of town. The high wires are 45 feet off the ground and are traversed by high wire artists lent from Cirque du Soleil, who walk from the neighborhoods from all over the city along the high wires leading downtown. It's a year-long art project that shows the unity and focus and community love that Indianapolis has for each of its citizens and vice versa. And not only that, guys, you too can walk on the high wire. You have to sign a waiver. You have to show proof of insurance, and you have to do 2 shots of Jägermeister. But you too are allowed to walk on the high wires as part of this singular art project. And it's number 1 on our list of things you can only do in Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 2, guys, where does the name Indianapolis come from? Well, believe it or not, it was the number 2 choice. Originally, the city was going to be called Speed Town, because in the north, Indianapolis was the leader in the moonshine running racket for years and years, until one day the new mayor said, we've got to give up our wicked ways and organize these cars into a race, into a legitimate race, which became the Indianapolis 500. And all the moonshiners said, all right, Mayor, we're with you. Let's change the name of the city to Indianapolis and begin the world's most famous raceway. In fact, that's number 3 on our list is Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum, located right in the middle of the main track. Now, why would the museum need to exist? We all know what it's all about, guys. It's the interesting history of the Indianapolis 500, all captured there in the museum, including, as I described, its origins as a bunch of moonshiners outrunning the law. And it's all in the museum in the middle of the racetrack. It's number 3 on our list of things you can only do in Indianapolis. Now, a lot of these facts are going to be surprising. A lot of these things you can do, but hey, it's fun for the whole family. At the Indianapolis Zoo, they open the gates once a year for the whole family to roam freely in the exhibits. Now, you do have to be a little careful, and keep in mind too that the animals are invited to roam outside the gates, outside their living areas. And the whole idea again goes back to this concept that Indianapolis have about a open love for each other, and that they'll be stronger as a community if they socialize on an ongoing basis in an open manner. And that's why it's Open the Gates Day. That's why it's Open the Gates Day once a year at the Indianapolis Zoo, guys. And the whole family's invited. If you got young kids, you may want to watch them close, because remember, you're going to have all kinds of giraffes and alligators running around freely. But don't worry, they're easily invited. At the end of the day, they know they have to go back inside their living areas, and they lock the gates. It's a singular experience that you can only do in Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 5, guys, has to do with business, because Indianapolis is known as an innovative business center. Sure, there's sports, there's cultural attractions, but really, when business needs to get done, Indianapolis is at the cutting edge. In fact, downtown, where a lot of the headquarters of Fortune 500 corners, where they have a lot of the Fortune 500 headquarters, you'll learn that there are more Fortune 500 headquarters in Indianapolis than any other city. In fact, 300 of the 500 Fortune 500 have their main office within the outline of downtown. So that means that when they have Fortune 500 days, that's right, it's a 2-week period in the middle of summer where the whole city dresses up in business suits and they walk around with business cards supplied by the city, and it's the biggest networking event in the world. And all 300 of the Fortune 500 companies that have their headquarters in downtown are sponsors of the event. So that's why the 3 martini lunches during those 2 weeks are free, and all kinds of other goodies. It's a singular event, it's a unique event, and it's why Indianapolis is such a great city. It's number 5 on our list. Now we're on the back half of our 10 things you can only do in Indianapolis, and number 6 is a doozy, guys. I mean, you think that you know everything about a city, but keep in mind that this is a forward-looking city, and that's why they have holograms situated along every residential street. They have holograms of dogs walking with their owners. They have holograms of women pushing strollers. They have holograms of elderly couples walking arm in arm. Guys, it's to give a feeling of neighborhood to everybody, even if you live on a block where you're the only home on the block. Maybe you live in a new section where you're the only home in the entire section because they haven't built it up yet. Don't worry, you're going to feel at home with the neighbors walking hologram system. You're going to feel like you live among friendly neighbors. Just make sure the holograms, dogs, get cleaned up after them. Hey, that's number 6 on the list. Number 7, I don't even know what that last one was there. Number 7 on the list of Indianapolis is the unbelievable aerial display every breakfast, the Blue Angels fly over the city, guys, and all you have to do is hold up your order, take a pad and pencil, write it in big letters so they can see it, what you want for breakfast at McDonald's, write it down. The Blue Angels are going to turn their planes upside down. I don't know if you've ever seen them do that. They fly information upside down. One guy in each plane will be recording. He'll take a snapshot with his iPhone of what you want. Then they're going to fly to McDonald's, go through the drive-thru at over 375 miles an hour, and come back and drop your McDonald's order by parachute right into your front yard. It's an amazing thing, guys. It's every day during the summer. It's the high-speed Blue Angels McDonald's drop, and it's one thing that you can only do in Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 8 is more of a charity, but you know, it's the kind of thing where the fact that it's based on a charitable organization shouldn't make you think that they are not an effective business, because these guys are killers and they know how to make a great sneaker. It's the Indianapolis Sticky Sneaker Company, and the Indianapolis Sticky Sneakers Company makes sneakers that allow you to hang upside down from the ceiling. And it was originally thought of as a charity to help people that get lightheaded. And by hanging upside down, it'll help the blood return to your head. But all you have to do is walk up the wall and then stick your feet on the ceiling and hang upside down for a few minutes until the blood came back. But it proved to be such a hit among rock bands trying to do something unique, and the youth who are always trying stunts with their skateboards and they need to have that extra security that the sticky sneakers provides. It became a sensation, and now everybody under the age of 25 is walking around with sticky sneakers. They're walking on walls, they're walking on ceilings, they're walking on the top of trains and buses, on the upside down of planes, the underside of planes. It's unbelievable, guys. And it's something that you can only do in Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 9, oh my goodness, number 9 has to be my favorite. And it's mainly because I like to eat. I like to eat. And they have the world's largest Sunday buffet right there in Indianapolis, guys. And what do? They serve it on the train. That's right. Every commuter train coming into the city has a 19-car long buffet line. You can start at the car just behind the engine car and fill your plate. By the time you get to the caboose, guys, you're going to have over 4 tons of food, but it's all free. It's all donated by local restaurants as a give back to the city that gave them so much. It's the Indianapolis Commuter Railway free Sunday buffet breakfast. Every Sunday. Everybody can get on there and get some free food. Doesn't matter if you're homeless. Doesn't matter if you're a millionaire. And finally, number 10 on their list of the unique and interesting things you can only do in Indianapolis is something that it took me a minute to wrap my head around. I couldn't believe the concept. But what you can do in Indianapolis is if you're just sitting at work and you're like, man, I just need some fresh air, all you have to do is stick your head out of the window. They've treated all windows of cubicles, all offices in the downtown, the suburbs, the surrounding areas, every pane of glass in Indianapolis is treated with a special chemical that allows you to stick your head through the window, get some fresh air, and pop your head back into your office so that you can keep working and you don't have to breathe that stale office air. You just stick your head out the window. The particles of the window, the molecules will move aside, allow you to stick your noggin through the pane of glass. You take a big whiff of fresh air, maybe 2, maybe 3, don't overdo it. Pull your head back in the office. Man, you are rolling. You're a new woman. You're a new man. And it's all based on science that was developed here in Indianapolis. And guys, it's number 10 on our list of things you can only do in Indianapolis. I hope to see you here soon in town, or any of the other great cities we've covered in this series. I'll talk to you soon.